I want to share something with you that genuinely changed everything for me when I was dealing with insomnia because I spent 16 years not knowing any of this. But once I figured it out, my sleep transformed completely. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 realizations that you absolutely need to have if you want to get rid of insomnia quickly. And once these click for you, and they will, you're going to approach your sleep so differently, it's going to blow your mind. And that is exactly what needs to happen to start sleeping great every single night, no matter how long you've had trouble sleeping. Realization number one is that insomnia thinks it's helping you. Your brain's number one job is to keep you safe. So insomnia is not your enemy. It actually thinks it's on your team. It thinks it's doing you a favor. And at some point in your life, staying alert at night actually made sense. Maybe you were going through a stressful period in your life. Maybe there was chaos or uncertainty at home or with your family. Maybe you had a big event happening the next day and your brain kept you awake because it thought that you needed to keep preparing for it in order for things to go well. For me personally, I grew up in a really dysfunctional household where nighttime was just really chaotic. So staying alert was actually the logical response in that situation. My brain did exactly what it was supposed to do. It kept me awake to keep me alert and prepared. There's actually a good reason for your sleep problems. Realization number two is that insomnia is a survival response. Insomnia isn't really a sleep problem, it's a survival response. Fight or flight is kicking in, and insomnia is just the symptom of your body being stuck in survival mode. When you're in fight or flight, your body is flooded with cortisol and adrenaline, the stress hormones. And so your heart rate increases, your thoughts start racing, your body is literally preparing you to fight or run from danger. So, of course, you can't sleep when it's like that. And so, sleep is the last thing that your nervous system wants to do if it thinks that there's an actual threat. And so, here's the tricky part. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between a real life or death threat and you just lying in bed worrying about tomorrow. If you're worrying about anything, it thinks that there's a threat, plain and simple. So, what actually fixes this is learning how to communicate with that survival part of your brain so it can finally let down its guard and allow sleep to happen naturally. Insomnia is a symptom, not the problem. Realization number three is that insomnia doesn't start at night. This is what keeps people stuck the longest because they get distracted by all the sleep gadgets and the sleep supplements and the sleeping pills. Insomnia doesn't begin when you get into bed and can't sleep. Not being able to sleep is a result of your nervous system not feeling safe enough to exist in the present moment without any external stimulation. So, to close your eyes and sleep, you need to be able to sit still and relax. So, think about how you operate during your day. Are you rushing, multitasking, putting pressure on yourself to be productive every waking hour? That overstimulation during the day is flowing over into bedtime because you've accidentally trained yourself to be on 24/7. Insomnia was never about sleep. Instead, it was always about your brain feeling unsafe being still. Realization number four is that sleeping pills don't cure insomnia. This should be starting to make more sense now because if insomnia isn't even a sleep problem, then sleeping pills are pretty pointless at the end of the day. Sleeping pills only address the symptom of not sleeping. They don't retrain your brain. They don't reprogram your nervous system. And they don't help you unlearn the patterns that got you stuck in this cycle in the first place. A lot of my clients who came to me after trying sleeping pills found that their body built up a tolerance to the pills and the pills stopped working, or the side effects were worse than sleep deprivation itself. So you end up back at square one feeling more hopeless than before. Sleeping pills do not address the root cause of why your brain is staying alert at night in the first place. So instead, you need to think of insomnia as your wake-up call. Your nervous system is trying to get your attention that something in your life needs to change or needs to shift. If you use sleeping pills and try to cover that up, you're just kicking the can down the road instead of facing it head on and getting closer to a solution faster. Insomnia is a wake-up call. Are you listening? Realization number five is that sleep hygiene is not the biggest thing to focus on. So if you can't use sleeping pills, the next thing you're going to find on Google or from your doctor is to improve your sleep hygiene. Don't look at screens, no caffeine afternoon, keep your bedroom cool and dark. And That's genuinely decent advice, right? It's not bad advice. But for people with insomnia, it's just not enough. It's not going to fix the root cause. When your brain and body are stuck in survival mode, your nervous system literally doesn't believe it's safe to let go and rest. Even if your bedroom is perfectly dark and cool, even if you did everything right, your nervous system is still on high alert. Sleep hygiene tips are just way too surface level to create a significant improvement for most people who have a chronic insomnia type of situation. So, if you've tried all the sleep hygiene advice and it hasn't fixed your sleep, that's not a sign that you're broken. It's a sign that you've just been focusing on the wrong things. Realization number 6 is that insomnia is a habit your brain learned. Insomnia is not a disease, it is a habit, it is a pattern. An automatic neural pathway it is firing in your brain, which is good news because your brain is neuroplastic, which means it can literally learn new patterns and new habits at any age, at any stage of life. The reason that insomnia feels so permanent and so out of your control is because it's happening at the subconscious level. Your subconscious doesn't respond to conscious logic and willpower. Instead, it runs on habit and programming. But when you learn how to communicate with your subconscious in a language that it actually understands, that is when the pattern starts to shift and often much faster than people expect. If you want to understand exactly how to do this, how to actually retrain your brain and reprogram your subconscious for sleep, I have a free masterclass that walks you through the complete strategy that I teach my clients. The link to get instant access is in the description, so make sure you go watch that if you haven't seen it yet. Realization number 7 is that your energy levels aren't only affected by your sleep. That exhausted and drained feeling that you have the day after a bad night, that's not because of the lack of sleep. I would go so far as to say that the majority of the exhaustion you feel is actually due to sleep anxiety. The worry, the dread, the counting the hours, the panic in the middle of the night. That mental and emotional drain is exhausting your body way more than the missing hours of sleep. A common theme with my clients is that they started feeling more energized during the day, even before their sleep fully improved, simply because they changed their mindset about sleep and they stopped spending all day dreading the nighttime and monitoring their sleep, right? So the irony is this: the less you focus on sleep and the more you focus on living, the better you will sleep. Joy and purpose are actually one of the most powerful signals you can send to your nervous system that it is safe to rest. Realization number 8 is that focusing on your sleep makes it harder to sleep. Sleep doesn't like you to pay attention to it, and the more you focus on it, the harder it becomes. When you lie in bed thinking, I have to fall asleep, why can't I sleep, what's wrong with me? Your nervous system interprets that pressure as danger, and danger means staying alert. And staying alert means no sleeping, right? And it gets even sneakier than that. The more that you track your sleep, research solutions, go down the Reddit rabbit holes, right? If you're over managing your routine and constantly monitoring how much you slept the night before, that's all keeping your brain in problem solving mode. And when your brain is in problem solving mode, it can't be in rest mode. They can't exist at the same time. It's completely counterintuitive, but the solution is to actually stop chasing sleep. Your only job at night is to rest, not to sleep. Realization number 9 is that insomnia is not permanent. Insomnia is not your forever. You are not stuck like this. It is temporary and you can absolutely fix it. When going through something difficult, the brain has a negativity bias. It assumes by default that this situation is going to go on forever. But that is simply inaccurate. Most things that are hard in your life are temporary. But the longer that you keep looking at it as something that's never going to go away, the longer insomnia will stay around. So when you're feeling discouraged, remind yourself that all hard things in life are temporary. If I could fix 16 years of insomnia, you can fix yours. I thought I was going to sleep like shit forever. Literally. I'm like in shock still that I turned this around. And I'm not alone. Look at some testimonials here from members of my sleep success course who've also put insomnia behind them. This too shall pass, and it can pass way faster than you think. Realization number 10 is that you've always had the natural ability to sleep. You have not lost the ability to sleep. We are all born with this natural ability. It is your brain's natural state. It is what your body is literally designed to do. What's happened is your brain got pulled away from that natural state and it learned an unhelpful survival pattern. but your natural ability to sleep never went away. It is still there. We just need to help your brain find its way back to it. So go ahead and comment below. I still have the ability to sleep. I want you to reinforce this because the more that you reinforce this truth, the faster your survival brain will believe it. Instead of predicting a future that you don't want, experiment with living in the possibility that maybe tonight is where everything finally shifts for you. Good sleep can happen any day now, and it could even happen tonight. If this video helped you think differently about insomnia, you're going to love this one right here, where I walk you through the exact insomnia treatment that cured me after 16 years. We dive into the 3 steps to finally get rid of your sleep problems for good. So you can watch it right here, right now.